One of my favorite projects for a student who is either at an Algebra 2 or maybe a Math 3 level, once they've learned, linear functions, quadratic functions, exponential, logarithmic, um, circular functions, it's a fun project in my opinion to be able to kind of take a picture and then do your best to use the equations that you know how to use in order to recreate the picture. So for example, you could take any picture you found online. So I found this picture of a pig, and start to realize, some of the shapes that you see in the picture. So, maybe you see a circle for the head and a circle for the body, and obviously there's lots of circles in this, but we also see other functions. And so trying to figure out, what these functions are and what functions you could use to model these. Like, for example, a student might think, oh, this kind of looks like a parabola, but then trying to figure out how to make it go sideways on Desmos and things like that. So for example, just starting off in a basic sense, you could, notice that the head is a circle. So input the standard equation of a circle, and then realize that we don't know where the center is, and we don't know how big the radius is, and so kind of using sliders to help you with that would be helpful. And so just inputting a circle on your graph with the standard sliders, and then kind of moving it around and realizing that when you change it, that it changes its location on the graph. And for beginning students, that might kind of be an aha moment for them. And for more advanced students, hopefully they would be able to try and figure out where the center is and then just input those numbers. Maybe they wouldn't need the sliders. But at least for beginning students, it would be kind of nice for them to use the sliders as a guiding tool as they're learning about the formula, is about the function and kind of how it works. So anyway, I like those sliders in that regard, and then they could always input them in the equation to not have them be sliders anymore, so actually change the equation to what they want it to be, so they can reuse those variables as sliders again. And as they go through the project, they can hide their image, and as they create more and more graphs, it would create a nice picture for them. And then the other feature I like of this, and the thing that I like and what it teaches the students, is I like that Desmos allows you to input restrictions on the domain and range. So for example, here I input this image of, another circle, but I restricted the domain, and so I wanted to kind of create the body of the pig right here, and you can see it in orange. But here we have the body of the pig, and I didn't want it to be the entire circle because you don't want it up here in the head and you don't want it down here by the feet. So I just wanted to restrict the range actually, and you guys can kind of see over here that the range I restricted from negative 3.7 so that it wouldn't go any lower into the feet, all the way up to 2.3 so it wouldn't go any higher into the head. And then again, as you create more graphs and as you're inputting more functions together on this one image, you'll see that it starts to create a nice clean picture. And obviously this isn't perfect right here. They could go back and change that a little bit better so it didn't interrupt the head. But it's just a fun way to have them use these functions that they're learning in order to create a nice picture.